Growth Charity 18. The place of the images, the rosary, and the humanity of Christ. Copie traduit en anglais de croissance charite 18. La place des images, du rosaire et de l'humanité du Christ, 2mn, https://u2.b/7k0yn4kjxd4. Can the images and humanity of Christ known through his imagination be useful? In this second home? Saint Teresa of Avila replied, it is indispensable. When a person, because she sought God in the first dwelling with all her intelligence, worked too long on the study of the unique God known by intelligence alone, so without the humanity of Christ, well, at one point she is going to find a stop, an obstacle to not go further. Indeed, by his intelligence and contemplation of the eternal essence of God, which is unknowable, well, we do not go far. If we then rely on the humanity of Christ, who in addition is an image of God living but not made of man, but who also addresses our imagination, to our senses and eventually images. Like the image of Mary, the image of Christ, which are images of God with Christ, God. Christ is God. The Virgin Mary is not God, we know it well. But men and women he created them. In his image he created them. It means that in fact the woman gives something of the image of God. Something about his feminine qualities. His silence, his humility. Well, when we know these droughts, due perhaps to an excess of intellectuality, we must return to the images, to very simple things. So feed his imagination, his senses. And this is where really, it must be said, the rosary is again indicated by the sky. Without stopping, the Virgin appears with a rosary in her hand. It's not for nothing. It's because it's something balanced, adapted to all the senses of the man, to his imagination, his memory, but also his intelligence. Because there are mysteries to ponder. Does this mean that we should no longer practice an intellectual reflection on God? Of course, if we have to practice it. But that's when it's too much, when it is exclusive and, that it does not nourish the soul anymore. It must be remembered that it is through Christ that we are saved and that we know the Father.